Hello, my name is Rowlands. I'm a nutritional balancing practitioner, and in this video I'm going to answer a couple of questions from my email from one particular client, and hopefully it'll give you some ideas too on how it may help you. So the first question is, I'm finding it hard to do the pushing down exercise. I can imagine my feet and feel that I can feel energy moving down instead of having to imagine a magnet and all of the other visualizations that complicate things. So can I just focus my mind on the feet? Yes, in the beginning people need to realize that the pushing down exercise is going to be pretty difficult. Most people's minds are literally like a beehive, so even just kind of focusing on something in the beginning is pretty difficult to do. So, you know, if you're trying to focus on something and you're trying to push energy downwards, and you're trying to relax, it can be very difficult, especially if you're suffering from quite extreme copper toxicity, which I can see this particular client is. So in the beginning, don't worry about it too much, just focus on the feet, because that's going to teach you how to stop using the mind and how to start focusing the mind. Once you've got a little bit more competent at that, then you can start incorporating some other visualizations on basically moving the energy downwards. Alright, cool. So number 2, I'm getting hormonal type breakouts and also carrying more weight than I should around my thighs/buttocks. A bit on my belly, which I never had before, and it's saddening as I obviously don't eat for this. Dr. Wilson wrote it could be the body retaining water to buffer toxins, but I also have a cyst on my ovary which makes me think it's hormones. Can a healing reaction actually be hormones acting a bit strange for a while to cause this? I was hoping since starting thyroid complex I'd actually lose some weight, but I get it's having patience. Okay, so the most important thing to realise is this particular client has literally just started the nutritional balancing program. So the body is going to be going through some strange reactions, especially in the beginning. Now, one really important thing to see is that this particular client is in very, very extreme slow oxidation. So the body is basically super tired. Now this was how she was before, but actually starting the program, it's likely that the body can even become more tired, unfortunately. This is because the body's been under stress, it's now releasing toxins, it's going through a massive transition into a new diet. It's just basically gone from one way of living to another, basically overnight, and it's struggling. So it can get even more kind of fatigued and tired, and this can lower the thyroid gland even more, unfortunately, even though we're giving these clients supplements to kind of lift the thyroid. Something that's really important to realise, and this is quite fascinating from this particular test, is that we tend to say that the calcium-potassium ratio is the thyroid ratio, and an ideal ratio is around 4.1. This particular client's ratio is 335. That's 8,375% of actually what it should be. So this person has got a seriously underactive thyroid. I've not actually seen it that high. So it's actually got worse. I shouldn't say got worse, it's lowered even more, and I think this is because this particular client has realised a lot of things. The program has slowed her down, opened her up to a new way of thinking, and the body's basically just under stress because the previous ratio was a lot less. So the thyroid is becoming more underactive, which isn't a problem. Copper is dumping, for example, so we can see that the body is under stress, but it's going through a very beneficial reaction where copper is coming out of the system. That's what we need to improve the thyroid gland, but temporarily it can kind of cause a person to put on weight as the thyroid gland is struggling a little bit under the pressure. I wouldn't worry about it too much. I know it, especially for a woman, it is a little bit disheartening when something like that happens, but you need to see the benefits if possible. The benefits are copper is coming out of the system, the body is kind of slowing down a little bit and allowing itself to heal. And it's important to just go through this email a little bit further. So this person says, I'm feeling very positive. Other than this, despite lots of aches and pains and weird healing reactions, etc. So this person's doing the program a lot. So it's causing a lot of stress on the body initially, which can cause this initial weight gain. I'm feeling I can't wait for my next retest. I've been so strict compared to before you were my practitioner, and have lots of passion for the program and feel hopefully some big changes may have occurred. I believe some big changes are occurring. Also having intense shifts in my personality and morality. So this person is having intense personal changes, which is super important to realise. You know, this person is opening themselves up to a new way of thinking, a new way of kind of viewing the world, which is really important to understand. And this is one of the reasons. This can kind of make a person withdrawn. So this particular person's calcium, for example, has shot up. She's in quite a deep calcium shell, so it means that the person's a lot more withdrawn and inside themselves. Not necessarily a bad thing. It could just ensures the person just thinks more deeply and starts questioning things a little bit more. As you can see a little bit more in this email. I feel now I need to change my job, as it's not allowing me to give back to the world and it's just feeding materialism. Again, this is something that people go through as they start healing on the program. As their energy starts to increase and their development increases, they'll realise that certain things are not very wholesome in life, and they want to seek out more kind of wholesome service-based jobs. I've also been toying with leaving my partner, which is huge for me, as he just isn't on my page in terms of spirituality and love. Again, this is another, I don't want to say it's a problem, but it does happen. As a person starts a nutritional balancing program, their level with their partner starts to change, their energy starts to change, and they start to become more aware, they start to learn new things, they start to become, their kind of dynamic energy inside raises to an extent where they realise that this situation is no longer good for them anymore, and they need to change. It is a difficult time, but it's a really important kind of transition. You'll learn a lot from the experience. It's all very scary. Having these feelings while still feeling tired and confused is hard. There's obviously big comforts, but I'm just going to go with the flow. I have also had so many experiences like you did with the lake swimming rainbow experience. I really feel like the universe is rooting me. And this is going to happen to everyone on the program. You'll find that the universe will start moving in ways, if you're open to it and you're aware of it, that kind of teaches you certain lessons. I'm going through lessons. I just went through a big lesson recently, which I might speak about on another video. But it's just really amazing how the universe wants you to grow, but it wants the other people to grow in your life as well. But this is something, you know, the universe does give tough love. So sometimes if it doesn't want you to be with a person, it doesn't necessarily mean that person's bad. The universe is working on that person as well, but it means that you've just got to kind of be humble and just kind of say, you know, I need to do my own thing. And sometimes the universe might teach you things about another person that's not too nice, and vice versa as well. You know, you're not perfect. So, you know, you got to kind of humble yourself in these experiences. Thank you for your help, your videos, and kindness. It's that and Dr. Wilson's website that have transformed my way of thinking, and I feel like all will work out. It's also very reassuring telling myself that any exasperation in symptoms of new and strange ones I'm having are healing reactions, so I can embrace them. That's a good, wise way of looking at things. So anyway, I'm going to start answering questions on this channel from people. So if you want a question answered, please send me an email. My email address is lewis@deephealingspace.com. I do get a lot of questions from people, and it's difficult sometimes to kind of put my thoughts across on an email, so I think a good way of doing it is kind of combining them into YouTube videos that not only helps the person who's asking the question, but it also helps you guys as well. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.